Students and parents, welcome. Welcome to our Performing Arts Awards, where we celebrate the achievements of our great students during the course of this year. I'm sure everybody's excited to receive their awards, and we would like to do it in a very dignified way. So let's keep that in mind, all right? We had a really successful year, capped off with our trip to Hershey on Friday. Great weather, great students, great chaperones, and this great award over here, which was the topper of the topper, that you students earned because of your team spirit, basically. That's a way of defining it, but also your kindness and your cooperation. The three teachers, we talked about this afterwards, and we just felt that everything went so well. We didn't have to hardly say anything to anybody about anything. And everybody took care of what they needed to do, and it was really great. And look what happens when good things happen. You get this award that was quite a surprise. So congratulations on that. For our opening remarks, I'd like to first introduce our principal, Mr. Patrick Swift.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear that? Yeah. This is one of my fun nights, fun afternoons of the year, where we get to recognize all of our very talented students and give the parents an excuse for getting out of work early, come visit us. I'm going to make this very brief because I'm off to my first senior prom in 35 years. My oldest child they're having their senior prom at Dershall High School. It's on a Monday, go figure that out. But anyway, we have to go take pictures. I guess that's what you do now.
Ashley Gutierrez to the main office. Ashley Gutierrez to the main office.
So as I say every year when I talk about this day, we have the most talented kids you can imagine. From the band to the chorus, the jazz band to our show. What we do here is amazing. What our kids do would never happen without your support as parents and without these guys' support as educators. They're 150% committed. They go over and above. And I thank you guys for doing what you do. So it's time to enjoy your children's accolades right now, and have a nice afternoon.
Contrary to what you may read in the program, Jack Richardson is not the chorus president. But Melissa Solar is, and she's here to give her recap of the year and her speech as president.
Welcome to today's Performing Arts Award. My name is Melissa Solar, and I am the president of the chorus. We are here today to recognize everyone who has done their part in making this choral year a success. To start off this year, the show choir went to Marinette High School to perform in an a cappella festival with other high schools. We are the only middle school there 2 years in a row. With show choir, we also went to Portchester Elementary Schools and sang for the kids.
Hello, my name is Sophia Kamensky, and I am the vice president of the chorus. The Portchester Middle School Drama Club was working hard since September to perform our annual musical, Mary Poppins, which was a huge success. Then, after auditions, students were selected to be a part of the NISMA Solo Festival and All-County Chorus. Everyone did very well in NISMA, and the All-County Chorus was amazing.
Sixth grade went to NISMA majors and scored not only a gold, but a gold with distinction. That's the highest score you can receive. Last but not least, show choir went to Hershey Park and competed against other schools. We came in first place with an excellent score. Thank you for attending this year's Performing Arts Awards and for your continuing support.
Next we have our band president, for real, Jack Richardson.
Hi, my name is Jack Richardson, and I am the president of the middle school band. On behalf of Ms. McDermott, Mr. Kraut, and Vice President Ben Reyes, I want to thank you all for being here. We're here to celebrate the musicians who excelled in music and gave time and effort into making the band great. We are celebrating the many activities such as concerts, parades, and field trips. A couple of things that stood out to me were the winter concert, NISMA, and the trip to Hershey Park. I want to thank a few people that made the band what it was this year. First, I want to thank Mr. Swift for authorizing field trips and for supporting the band with a great school. I also want to thank Ms. McDermott for putting up with me and a few of my classmates all year. I want to thank Mr. Kraut for a great year of jazz and select band, which both achieved excellent at Hershey Park. I want to thank Benjamin Reyes for his work as vice president and also for putting the band on his back at band night. I want to thank drum majors Callie Sullivan, Gwen Dominguez, Jennifer Provenzano, and Sophia Ortizini for conducting and organizing the band at events and also keeping a few kids in line. I also wanted to thank the parents for supporting us because the band wouldn't be the same without you all driving us to school at 3 a.m. on a Friday. Lastly, I wanted to thank my classmates for sticking with the band and mostly putting in the effort. Thank you all.
Wow, Jack for president, huh? Speech. Nice. Okay, on to our all-county awards. I'd like to start.
I would like to acknowledge some very talented, hardworking 6th, 7th, and 8th graders who represented Port Chester Middle School at this year's Westchester All-County Chorus Festival. There are students that are selected by audition through me to represent our school, 4 from the 6th grade and 6 total from the 7th and 8th grade combined, that represent our school in a chorus of kids that are the best of the best from all the other kids in their choruses at their schools. So will the following students please come up to be acknowledged and receive your all-county pin for chorus. From the 6th grade, J.D. Perez, Kevin Castellanos, and Skylar Cook. And from our 7th and 8th grade, Melody Sapione, Sophia Kamensky, Sebastian Jimenez, Valerie Dennis, Caroline Policarpo, and Lamar Morgan.
Good afternoon. Our band students auditioned through their NISMA grades in the spring to become a part of the intermediate all-county band in 7th, 8th, and 9th grades. Our 6th graders have a separate audition date. We did not have any children that were in elementary all-county this year, but we did have 2 students that were inducted into the all-county band, and that is Jack Richardson and Ben Reyes. Two of the high school students who were 8th graders last year at all-county, one French horn, one trombone, Jack with the trombone. Ben was unable to attend the all-county, even though he made it, because he was playing the same weekend, probably I think the same day, in the state festival for the New York State Band Directors Association. So a double honor for Ben as a state musician as well. These guys have done a lot this year. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You may be seated. Thank you.
All right, at this point, we'd like to call up all of our students who performed NISMA solos or ensembles. Please come up on the stage and gather around up here. Vocal, instrumental, piano. What a good looking bunch. You guys ready? Okay. Well, as you can see, we had quite a large group of people. This is in addition to their regular band or chorus work that they volunteered to perform these solos and to be graded and to just improve themselves as a musician. And it's really something that we wish more people would do, but we have one of the largest contingents from any middle school in Westchester, or any high school for that matter. So the music ranges in level from 1 to 6. 6 is the hardest, kind of like college or maybe high school level at the best. And you get different grades. Levels 1 through 4, they receive up to 28 points, and 26 to 28 is outstanding. 16 to 20, or 21 to 25 is called excellent, and then there's good and I think needs improvement or something like that. But okay, so levels 1 through 4, who received an excellent rating? Raise your hand. Look at that, look at that. Levels 1 through 4, who had an outstanding rating? All right. Who had an outstanding rating with a perfect score? Raise your hand. Nobody? Some of you did. Some of you did. Then level 5 and level 6, we had Gwen did a level 6, and David did a level 5, and Ben did a level 5 and a level 6, and got perfect scores on both of them, violin and trumpet. So we had quite a successful year with our vocalists and our instrumentalists. And Sophia also did level 5 vocally. All right. So congratulations, everyone. Our next group is show choir. So if you're in show choir, you can remain. The rest of the show choir, please come up.
So everyone who was in this year's show choir, please come up to the stage and be recognized. I'm very proud of this year's show choir. They did an awesome job all year round, not only spreading the love of music to our elementary schools and attending that a cappella festival, but doing really well in Hershey and in our concerts here. Show choir is always a unique opportunity for our students to perform pop songs in a variety of genres, and move around, dance, and have fun, and play their instruments and accompany each other. They were a great group. They worked real hard. I'm very proud of them, so let's give them a round of applause.
Moving on to our chorus awards, starting with excellence in musicianship.
All right, so I'm going to be at the podium for a little bit. The chorus awards. Recognizing 2 6th graders and 2 7th graders who really excelled in their vocal singing in chorus, who not only showed their talent, but also showed a professionalism in how they carried themselves in chorus, and really stood out as being someone who is really going to lead our chorus in the following years. Our 2 6th graders, Jamie Perez and Coward Provenzano. our two 7th graders,
Good job, Mommy.
Haiti Pena and Alejandro Velasquez. I'd also like to recognize two 8th graders who just have really exhibited outstanding musicianship. So that means not only are they great singers, but they're just great musicians in general. And I really want to acknowledge them at this time. Sophia Kamensky and Kayla Matura. Okay, I'm going to move right on to number 6 in the program. Excellence in Singing Awards. These 2 awards are for 2 8th graders who really exhibited outstanding vocals. They're outstanding vocalists. Not just as a group singer in the chorus, but even more so they shine as a soloist. And I am very proud to acknowledge Miss Sophia Ortiz-Healy and Christian Payne. And you'll get to hear them both sing the national anthem at their respective moving up ceremonies. For outstanding acting, this is for 2 8th graders who really exhibited tremendous acting skills in regards to our drama club and in our annual musical. I'm very, very proud to present these awards to Miss Kabira Alston and Miss Gwen Domingo. Excellence in dance. This is to 2 8th graders who have demonstrated outstanding dance skills in our musical drama program. I'm very proud to give the 2 awards to Miss Juliana Lopez and Caroline Policarpo. The Rising Star Award, this is given out to 2 6th graders and 2 7th graders who, exactly what it says, they're rising stars. These are students who we know we're going to see great things from, not only here in our programs here at the middle school, both in vocal and in the drama program, but we have this gut feeling we'll be seeing them one day on Broadway or on a stage or at Carnegie Hall or somewhere. And I'm very proud that this year's 2 6th grade recipients of the Rising Star Award, Mr. Johnny Berzoni and Kat Catherine. Our 7th grade recipients. And these 2, not only on maybe a Broadway stage, but I can even picture some of them like performing like on a concert stage. And I'm very proud to award these 2, Ms. Jennifer Farias and Ariana Lorna. The Lady in Waiting Award and the Gentleman in the Wings Award. These 2 awards are for 2 people who just need to be recognized as just 1 foot in that spotlight as a lead, and we can't wait for them to be jumping into that role next year. And we are so proud to award our Lady in Waiting Award to Miss Lennon Anderson and our Diamond Rings to Sebastian Jimenez. And now to Ms. McDermott for our 6th grade band.
Thank you again. So many awards already, and there are so many more. Our band awards, our band ribbons, are won by our 6th graders. Basically, I take the top 25 or 26 that have the most number of points for the year or have really just exhibited an amazing amount of dedication to the program. They had to, every time they come to a rehearsal, a sectional, take their instrument home, bring in something showing me practice, they earn points throughout the year. It goes that way for the gold key, the blue key, and then subsequently the gold key when they are in 8th grade. So from the minute they walk in the door in September, they have been earning points. So we have our top 26 this year in points and dedication. If you guys can all come up, please, you'll all receive a paper. And then you'll have a band ribbon as well. Please try and hold off on applause. There's a long list of names, and we want everyone to have the same amount of applause at the end. So, if you are here and I call your name, can you please come stand, and Mr. Kraut and Mr. Zizofo will help. Michelle Barajas, Cameron Kaidi, Catherine Calloway, Natalie Ceruzzi, Jose DePaz, Christian Garcia, Kate Gillespie, Lucia Giordano, Christopher Gutierrez, Sean Heffernan, Wally Amafidon, Daniela Lopez, Elizabeth Magana, Camilla Mamani, Barbara Martinez, Peter Maloney, Bridget Morocho, Jamie Perez, Luciana Perea, Cara Provenzano, Kate Richardson, Genesis Salazar, Casey Schultz, Alex Sigua, Natalie Suerte-Gray, and Billy Villanova. This is our Band Ribbon Award class this year, 6th grade. Looks like most of them are here. So this year's Band Ribbon 6th grade class. Congratulations, guys. I'd like to call up all our Jazz Lab participants this year. Jazz Lab. It is the precursor to Mr. Kraut's jazz band that goes to Dorney or Hershey and to NISMA. We had a good time this year. I had only 8 students this year that were consistent and played in the concert, but they did a great job. I was very proud of them at the concert, our one and only performance. And this year's participants were Jonathan Abraham, Sean Sherian, Thomas Desperis, Gabriel Franco, Lucia Giordano, Wally Macdon, Adrian Osorio, and Billy Villanova. Our future jazz band. Speaking of which, Mr. Kraut is going to do the jazz band recognition.
So let's have all the jazz band members come on up on stage. So we had our last rehearsal on Wednesday last week, and I told them how much I'm going to miss them. It was really a special group, and it's very easy to say the same things every year, and maybe nobody remembers, but I don't say things like that unless it's really, really true. And it really was a very amazing group this year because they were so motivated. And I was just sitting here wondering if this big Spirit Award, maybe the spirit of the jazz band kind of went over to everybody else on the trip, because this is really I'm not saying they're the ones that earned that trophy, but the way they conducted themselves all year long, it put them in line for that kind of thing. And maybe it rubbed off on everybody else on the trip, but you guys were just great. We went to, we had our winter concert performance, and then we went to NISMA. Actually, we had spring concert, then we went to NISMA, where they earned another gold rating on level 3, which is really great. Sometimes high school bands go on level 3, so that's quite an achievement. And then we went on to get an excellent award and first place at Hershey. So very well done, everyone. Gonna miss you 8th graders, and really looking forward to next year's group with 6th and 7th graders coming back. So congratulations on a good year. Okay, if you're in select band, stay up. And everybody else in select band, come on up. Okay, you guys ready? Interesting thing about select band, they don't do anything until May, but practice. They just practice. We practice once a week. We get 35 minutes, and it's amazing the results that we get, and it's a testament to many of the students' hard work, because we compete against bands that may practice every day or every other day for 40 minutes, 45 minutes in school, sometimes every day, every other day. And here we are once a week at 7:30 in the morning for 35 minutes, and we really hold our own, and they do quite well. So it's so funny that in May, people always say to me, "You must be so happy, the year is almost over," and it's just, that's when everything starts for us, all our performances, all the spring concerts and competitions and things like that. So they had their first performance ever in the spring concert, and then we went on to NISMA, where they earned the silver award on level 3, which was a great achievement, and then on to Hershey, where we received an excellent award with 2nd place rating. So they did very well this year, and I'm very proud of them. And once again, I'm going to miss all the 8th graders, and looking forward to next year's group. So congratulations, everybody. All right, this time you can all go back to your seats. Thank you.
I don't know.
grade. Our 6th grade worked all year and very hard this year, and they went to NISMA in May as well. And they received an A Gold Award at NISMA this year, for which we are very proud. So congratulations, 6th grade. Thank you very much. So for the Blue Key, they earn points, as the 6th graders do, but they must, in order to get a Blue Key award, they must get at least a certain minimum number of points. This year's minimum number of points was 159. So if you think there are only 180 school days in a year, and I only see them every other day, they had to do a lot of stuff to be able to earn at least 159 points. There were some 8th graders, for whatever reason, that did not earn it last year. So there are also some 8th graders that are earning Blue Key this year. I think we have a record number. Mr. Crown, have we ever had 40 Blue Key members before? 40 Blue Key members. These children did a lot, and you should be very proud of them. So this year's Blue Key class, if you'll come up and receive your Blue Keys and your certificates, please hold as much applause as you can. You did a great job last time, and I'll read them off. Jonathan Abraham, Montserrat Amesquita, Lennon Anderson, Jonathan Batista. Please come on up and stand up here and be acknowledged. Allegra Burke, Julio Campos, Michelle Cando, Isaac Carpio, Joey Ciceriello, Alexandra Cruz, Kenya Cruz, Thomas Desperis, Orhan Eski, Angel Farias, Jose Flores, Natalie Garcia, Cindy Lanes, Julian Lopez, Juliana Lopez, Daniela Lucas, Daniel Maldonado, Kimberly Maldonado, Sophia Maldonado, Nafis Mendoza, Ramal Morgan, Jessica Onofrio Franciscini, Adrian Osorio, Ava Osorio, David Pasquale, Adelie Perdomo, Brandon Rivera, Brian Rivera, Alejandro Rosales, Jason Sanchez, Kathleen Scarola, Yvette Solis, Trevor Sullivan, Andrea Vargas, Nicholas Vasquez, and Christian Villa. 40 Blue Key members this year. As they're going up to receive their awards, let me just run down a few things that they've done. We started the year with the Columbus Day Parade, which is about a month after we start school. So that's the first thing. And then we did a holiday parade this year too, right before we had our holiday concert. Moving on into January and February, we had the Sound Tigers event. We had our Music at Our Schools month. The 7th grade this year performed for a group of students from the Abbott House in Irvington. It was a new to the country program, and the kids got to interact a little bit, and it really was a very neat thing for both sets of children. Spring concert was mostly select band, but many of these children, how many of you guys up here are in either jazz band, select band, or something extra? That's very telling, isn't it? Very nice job, thank you very much. These kids do a lot, and that is why they are up here. So this is this year's Blue Key class, the 75th Blue Key class. Congratulations. Okay, so you can only earn a gold key if you have received a blue key. So if this is the 75th blue key, it is the 74th gold key. And if you take a walk around our auditorium, you'll see on both this side out here and near the band room on that side, plaques from previous years of students that have received blue key and gold key. And Mr. Kraut, Mr. Zizalfa, both you guys are on both those, aren't you? They are both blue and gold key members. They both went to school here. Okay, so once again, they had to get a minimum number since they did one less performance. It was 148 that they had to reach, and they had to be a blue key member. We have 22 members in this year's class of gold key. Please come on up and receive your awards. Ashley Alvarado, Hannah Cabrera, Gwen Dominguez, Christian Gagnon, Edgar Hernandez, Joseph Hernandez, Jamie Java, Sophia Kamensky, Stephanie Lazala, Dylan Macy, Elia Matus, Christopher Mendoza, Juliana Mercado, Sophia Ortizini, Jenna Provenzano, Ben Reyes, AJ Rich, Jack Richardson, Jennifer Rowan, Yaneli Sanchez, Callie Sullivan, and Matthews Ventimiglia. Congratulations, Gold Key. In addition to all the points they earn, they have to have made it to all of their performances or only missed one of their performances. So if you remember all the performances I was talking about with the 7th grade, 8th grade only did one less than they did, but they performed for all of their younger students in the cafeteria one day for Band Against Drugs. So they had probably almost as many as the 7th grade did. So these guys have had a lot of performing this year as well. So of those of you standing up here, how many of you are in some kind of an extra group? Every single one of them. That's why, guys. They are so very dedicated. Congratulations, our gold key members. Okay, I'm going to pass the mic over to Mr. Z and the Sammy Awards.
All right, so the Sammy Award, it stands for Student Achiever and Master of Musical Theater of the Year. And it was actually brought into fruition based on a student whose name was Sam, who just exhiberated, some of you may know him, Sam Brown. He graduated high school not so long ago, is up at the Crane School of Music now. I think there's a trombone player. It's to be awarded to two students who just exhibit not only a master in musical theater, a master of their craft, whether it be their job on crew or their performance in the cast, but also a character that just goes way above and beyond what's expected of middle school students at this age. They just exhibit a character that's so mature, so willing to help, go the extra mile, do not only what's needed from them, but what might be needed by others for them to help them. And I can't be any prouder on behalf of myself, Miss McCain-Taylor, Ms. Sanchez, Ms. Danielson, Sergio, Mr. O'Connor, and Ms. Hurtado, and Ms. McDermott, all of us who worked on the show this year in the Drama Club. We could be no prouder than to award it this year to Ms. Elia Matus and Ms. Isabel Matus. The next award is the Frederick Dumas Memorial Vocal Award. Many years ago, the chorus teacher here, Frederick Dumas, he was taken from us suddenly. He passed while teaching here, and this award was created in his honor. It's not only for a student who excels in singing, who always has auditioned for solos, auditioned for all-county, NISMA, participating in anything they possibly can, but also represents the character of Mr. Dumas, who was just beloved in this community. I'm very proud and honored to award this year's Frederick Juvenile Award to Miss Melissa Solar. And now there are some chorus members in the 7th grade who've been dying to find out if they have earned an officer position. So at this time, I'm going to announce the officers, and would you please come up to the steps to be recognized. So representing our chorus next year, our librarians, Sebastian Jimenez, Melody Sapion, Alejandro Velasquez. Our secretaries, Michelle Kondo and Jessica Sachs. Our vice president, Lennon Anderson. And next year's chorus president, Jennifer Farias. So this is your group of kids who will be representing the chorus next year. They'll be spending lots of time in the music room. You'll be eating lunch with me on stage, you just don't know it yet. And they will be taking over the great ranks that this year's 8th grade officers had. Let's give them a round of applause.
Before I forget, before we all go, some people have been wondering why there's a pair of shoes down here. Nice Steve Madden shoes, somebody left them on the bus. So if you went to Hershey, your shoes didn't get back home with you. Not sure what you were wearing when you got off the bus, but hopefully somebody will recognize them and they will be reunited with your feet.
So it is time to announce the officers for the band. Formerly we had 7th and 8th grade perform together and rehearse together, but since we have grown to be such a large program, we now rehearse 7th and 8th grade separately, but we still take 2 officers from each grade level so that they have the opportunity to become leaders in their groups and to see a little bit about what it's like to kind of be in charge and to help move things along and see the inner workings of it. We're going to have our vice president and president announce our 7th grade 3rd vice president and 2nd vice president, and our president, current president, introduce our vice president and president. And the 7th grade just voted this morning, so it was a very quick turnaround. So Ben and Jack, would you like to come up, please? When you hear, if you hear your name, come stand. They have your ribbons for you for next year.
Next year's 3rd vice president is Kara Provenzano. Next year's 2nd vice president is Billy Villanueva.
Next year's vice president is David Pasquale. And next year's president is Orhan Eski.
So incoming 7th and 8th grade, this is your leadership next year. We will have section leaders. You will be appointed by September. So, but these are your leaders for next year. Congratulations. Okay, so now we have some honorary awards. The first is a special band award, and I like to give a band award every year for a student who has really excelled and gone above and beyond. And about 5 years ago, we started having an orchestra in the middle school to go along with our play. And this year I am pleased because the person who is receiving this played 2 different instruments 2 different years, along with professionals, and has just done an outstanding job. And our star performer this year for student orchestra member goes to Mr. Ben Reyes. He played, no surprise, both the trumpet and the violin. Okay, so next we have a memorial award in honor of Mr. George Kaufman, who was a very involved parent here. He had 2 children, twins, in the band program at the same time, and Mr. Kaufman was a trombone player who used to come in and volunteer his time to work with the students. Unfortunately, he passed away way too early for us because we loved having him here. He came back after his kids were well gone and would help and support the children. And this award is given every year to a student who has shown excellence and real dedication in low brass. I remember hearing, I think, from one of this person's parents that because of something she saw at a band night, she decided to play her instrument, unlike her 2 sisters. So this year's band Mr. Kaufman Award goes to Sophia Kaminsky. It is traditionally given to our band president. So, Mr. Jack Richardson, would you please come accept this award? Okay, we have one final award, but before we do that, we would not be able to do things around here in our band program without the parents and the band association. And we have 2 moms that are going to be leading us this year, not permanently. Actually, one is just moving on to another position at the high school, and one has an older child and a younger child. But we just wanted to thank them. And the first one is our treasurer who is moving on, Mrs. Karen Mercera. Would you please come accept something? And I don't happen to see the next person, but I do see her mom in the audience, and she would accept it on behalf. Our president, Mrs. Christy Heffernan, is moving on to be co-president up at the high school band, but her son Sean is still here for the next 2 years, so I'm sure she'll still be involved. But Mrs. Ceruzzi, would you come accept this for her, please? Sure. Thank you. So, our final award today is the Charles Dest Award. This award is given to the 8th grader that has scored the most number of points out of all 8th graders in their class. If you'll remember, I said it was about 148 points that they needed to earn to get the goal to be if they were in 8th grade. This young person earned over 360 points, which is more than twice what they needed. And I almost had a tie. It was like a 3-point difference between the two. So we have some incredibly high-performing children. So this year's Dest Award High Earner goes to Ben Reyes.
Okay, well that concludes our ceremony. Thank you so much for coming. Congratulations to all our awardees. You guys have a great summer.